Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs and is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the reigning Super Bowl champs under the lights on Sunday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
He got the win last week, and we all know how infrequently rookie quarterbacks win in the playoffs. So by now, it feels like old hat to him. Well, maybe not old hat, but you've got to believe he'll be looser, calmer going into this one. He already knows what it takes to lead a team to victory in the playoffs.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now swing pass for Dillon. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. 7 yards there and a first down.
He's tackled at the 20-yard line.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to throw, Fields. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Running left, Montgomery. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Now Fields.
He's got Smith here.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out.
Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
Well, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 2nd down, Dillon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
They run once more with Dillon.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
On third down, here's Dillon.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now they'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out, and the Bears will get the football back.
But that's one of those, Charles, when it works, it looks amazing, and when it doesn't, it means trouble.
Yeah, you're right about that one, partner, because that allows us to say, what are you thinking when it doesn't work? Although I know in his mind when he made the call, he was thinking about the amazing part. But in this case, I think the defense, they caught on to this fairly quickly, and they were able to force the incomplete pass.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
To throw is Fields.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up first and 10. Running right, here's Dillon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll drop to throw. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
He will push his way down to about the 14. They'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam. Especially
against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now Montgomery running right. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Fields.
And this is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Down to about the 32.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now it's Fields.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, this from 46.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw here. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. On second down, another run for Dillon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Dillon now on first and 10. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. Second and 9 now. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's third and 9. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Bass is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Take it in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Personal foul. Defense.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain an 11-point spread.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
50 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Fields. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch. And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Fields. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing again is Fields.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown Bears! From 8 yards out.
And the Bears continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw to the defense. They had no answer for that right there.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
And Patterson Anderson back out there to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in it. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, it's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Quickly into the hands of Mims.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
To the air again, Fields. Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. But, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Saquon Barkley, a touchdown run in the victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
From the 29, Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Fields. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. To throw again on second down. Fields. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Fields. Got a man. It's Mims. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this down to the 33. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Fields. This pass complete to Ruckert. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Kari Blossomgame
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. The bottom line is it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fielded at the 33.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Bears take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction. Watch.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! A great play there with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Skirts by him at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 41, Fields. But it's caught on the right side at Smith.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Outright, he's got Ruckert. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Once more Montgomery. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. To throw is Fields.
Touchdown Bears! Irv Smith Jr. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Bears get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And it's a fumble. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I'm care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flushed out right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
The Eagles send out their punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, Fields. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They run, Montgomery, and he stopped immediately there. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And this will be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. And he finds Penny. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 94 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Fields.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Now it's Fields.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
They go screen with Dillon.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time.
That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Fields now to throw. Quickly into the hands of Mims. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. This one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bears are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Fields. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Got a man, it's Mims. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Running left, Montgomery. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Going up the gut, Montgomery. 155 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Brendan, every great running back's coach I've talked about has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The Bears will fight on another week as we say so long, everybody.